Alright, so what we have here is the Worcester Consolidated line, starting beyond where the bridge is down there. This is Bryn Mar Ave. Comes down before we hit the curve. Comes right down pretty much where I'm standing. And continues right down through here. At the point in time where it goes to sand, it's actually in what's now called Dark Brook Reservoir, and that actually ran it all the way down to Southbridge, Massachusetts. We'll get a look in the middle and then go back over to the end as it comes up out of here and then goes to it's going to go out of the Dark Brook, across West Street, goes up a little bit of a hill, goes through the woods, and comes down on the other side by Tinker Hill Road. And we'll go to the other section next, but it's amazing that this roadbed still exists, and pretty much it's intact. I'm actually standing right next to a substation that's right behind me, a telephone substation. So this is a little bit of the history of this route. The other end of the route, I'm showing you back this way again. The other end of this route is not, has been built over. So this is pretty much it. Going straight down the road. And right down into the lake, which also was called the Great Cedar Swamp at one point in time. So the next point we'll pick up over behind a Hampton Inn, which will pretty much give us a nice broadside shot of where this goes into the water and then where it goes out of the water. So here we are in the other end of that clearing. So down here, where it comes out of the woods, as we were looking from the other direction. And then it comes right across here. That's the Mass Pike in the background, right before the Auburn exit. And it comes right across here. Here's the roadbed. Comes right across. And then goes up in between those trees. That's where the cut is, where there's land that they had to cut out and level out, and that's where it goes on the other side. And we'll pick it up on the other side, by West Street, where the boat launch is. Now, one of the things you need to understand is you can get a pretty good idea of how far back. I'd normally be where I'm standing right now would be in the water. And that whole section we're probably about 4 feet down, which is why it can be seen. And it looks like there was a cut intentionally put in right there to be able to get boats in and out, because there's a bit of a cove back in this section. Can't really see it, but there's a bit of a cove. You can see it right there. But this is Worcester Consolidated line going down towards Southbridge. The next place we'll pick this up is West Street, and then after that we'll pick it up again, Tinker Hill Road, and then we'll end where it hops onto Route 20. Alright, well now we're looking at the opposite end. Here's the cut in the trees, and it does a slight curve, and it comes right up the hill at me. And this is the West Street boat launch. As you can tell, it's been a little bit compromised to this side, but it used to come right up the street, right up where I'm standing. Spins right around, and it goes right up into the woods at that point in time. Well, we'll take another look up there as soon as I can walk. And here we are at the other side, off the street. And it goes up into the woods, goes over a piece of hill, and comes down. There's a set of railroad tracks, or old railroad tracks, that used to come out across here. You can almost see the stone abutments right there, that one little section. Not exactly focusing on what we need. And that used to be the, what was that, the Worcester and Norwich line. Used to run down that way. But this takes us back up there. And to show us where we've been. Again, right out of the boat launch, right into the water, away from the car, through the cut, back up to the woods. Alright, Tinker Hill Road. Alright, so now we can see this is the Worcester and Sturbridge line. It came over the hill, back where we had talked about it. And it comes right around this, right on the edge of the water. The water's right there. Looks like they built a jump here and berm so people won't drive through it. It comes right up to where Tinker Hill Road is, where I'm parked. Okay. And if we look and go this way, this is Bleecker Street, which is the old roadbed. So we can go down to the end of Bleecker Street and see where that goes. But this is the old roadbed. So right now we're driving on Bleecker Street and continuing this little safari we've been on. This road should have eventually merged into Route 12 and 20. We'll just see how far we can take this one down. Again, the interesting thing is this is actually the old roadbed, but it's turned into a street. Interesting thing to show you while we're right here. See that berm? That's the Worcester and Norwich Railway line. So you can see the close proximity between the two of them. Drive right up to the edge of the embankment. You can see that the roadbed continues to go off into the distance. And you can see some cars going by, a little white flash right above that center of that branch. And that's Route 20. That's how close we are, and we'll be at the other end shortly. Alright, I'll see you at the other end. Alright, so this is the other end of the Worcester and Norwich. And if there's any doubt that this used to be a rail line, somebody embedded something in concrete. This is the Worcester and Norwich. We pan over this way. See the higher roadbed rising up this way. That would wind up meeting Route 20 on that high edge. So if we walk up to the other side, This section here is the old roadbed for the trolley to the other side of this tree. Let's keep walking around. See if we can get a clean shot down. It's on a curve, so it makes it a little harder. Here we go. So it looks like it came out of the woods, either up here. I really believe that it's actually in this section. I think that part's not, but I think it came through right over here. So it would make the most sense the way if it had to come right off of this, all these low growth trees are, and make its way right onto Route 20. It'd be a lot easier, and there's no step. There might be a small one right there, but I don't see it as where it would curve in because the Route 20 section's all been dug down. And if you wind up looking right behind where that Cumberland Farms is, that's where the Worcester and Norwich ducked down on its way out to Charlton and south. So this is that whole section in here, the big. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to walk down to see if I can see the. In fact, I actually can. Maybe I can see it. Let's see. Yeah, it's possible that that's the embankment at the other end. Where that branch goes straight across. I can see it now. But we'll have to see. So the next stop for this goes on Route 20, now all the way out to Route 169, and there's a Sunoco station there. And at the Sunoco station, or maybe at Getty, I don't remember anymore, it curves down into the woods and goes down alongside Route 169. But before it gets there, it actually goes to used to be the old Worcester and Southbridge Trolley Park in Charlton, which one of the two pillars still exists, and the whole area down there is still, it was hit by a flood that took out parts of what was left of the powerhouse that was down there, and pretty much all that it is right now is a bit of swamp, except for the one side that has the stone, and the other piece, stone, and then the pillar marking the entrance. We'll hit that in a bit. So here we are on Route 20 in the corner of Charlton, just past the original part of the coming down the hill. Charlton on 20. Take a little left after what used to be a cute little church. Now it's a convenience store. But if we come down here, starting with this section of wall, you can see it here. It actually starts back there and slowly works its way right up. That is the entrance to the old trolley park for the Worcester and Southbridge Street Railway, as it says in the sign. And it was discontinued in 27. And this is that whole section I was telling you about, where it's now a swamp. And this is all new growth trees. This is pretty much where the trolley barn and powerhouse were. So we'll go down here and turn around. What I do understand is that right here, turning off of Route 20, is where the roadbed was. And right now we're on the road. We're paralleling 169. This is going down to the water treatment plant. This is actually the old roadbed, as far as I can gather. We'll run down. And then from here, it come down and see if somebody will yell at me. Came right down this section over the top. Came right through here. Whoops. And then it went under 146 and all the way down to Southbridge. Well, I appreciate you guys going on this little bit of a tour with me. And this will be episode 7. A little bit of a major detour from what we're normally talking about. Talk to you later.